talks. We're doing these daily at 4:30 and talking about local businesses. We've also been talking to business leaders, and also we've been talking to coaches and helping people pivot and come up with a new way to deliver their business over the past few weeks and what looks like for the foreseeable future until things get started. So many of us are coping with things differently. And I have a quote for you. And the quote is, "I don't look at myself as a leader. I do look at myself as a part of a community." That's by Michael J. Fox. And I think that quote is great for today, especially for Tara Hearn, who's joining me. So Tara and I have a few things in common. We're both in real estate. She's been in for 10 years. I've been in for, I think it's 14 now. And we both are the type of person where if we see a need in the community, we just try and fit ourselves in. So my work has been promoting businesses this way. Tara came up with an awesome idea called To Your Door Delivery Services in Victoria. So tell me, when did you start that group?
I think I started it probably about 3-4 weeks ago. And it was really just sort of based on recognizing a need. Like most people can find food. Lots of people were talking about the fact that they couldn't get on to Thrifties or Save on Foods to get groceries. And I thought, well, there must be some other things out there. So I started searching them. And then I, just sort of thought I'd start a Facebook group and see if people would share about what local businesses are doing around the city to help people stay home.
Right. And so right now you have almost 1,200 people who are a part of that group.
Yeah.
And what's the conversation that's going on in that group between all the different members?
There's actually a couple things. Like lots of times members will come on and say, hey, I'm planning a birthday dinner for my husband. He loves seafood. Does anybody know where I can get some fresh seafood or a birthday cake or something like that? Lots of times it's things like people have a need for something, so they'll post and find out if anybody knows a local business for that. I think the whole goal here was to sort of stop Amazon, stop all those things and support the businesses that we have in our community that actually have a lot of the stuff that Amazon or that you can get from Amazon. And, they're finding ways to get it to you.
It's funny. I had a conversation with my kids about Amazon and they were asking for me to order stuff. And I'm like, first of all, it's a waste of money what you want. And secondly, and I think actually financial education is one area where we all probably need a big lesson in the upcoming months and years about how to be more responsible with our money so that we can last through times like this, because who knows?
Yeah.
But the other thing is I said to my daughter, you're putting pressure on people who you don't even know to package that stuff. At least if we buy locally, that they're going to be going through this safely, and anything that they're going to present to you will be, sanitized and delivered in a safe manner. You don't know what's going to happen. A lot of those deliveries are coming from the US where, people are either working because they're pressured to work, or maybe they're not comfortable with working, but they have to. What do you think?
I think that's a big thing, but more like there is the thing about safety, and I think we all deal with how things come to our door either way, whether we go out and get it or whether it arrives at our door. And I maybe. I don't know if it's over the top, but I do tend to sanitize everything that comes through the door. So, but I think more than that, it's like looking at, what do we want at the end of all this?
Right.
And so for me, it's like, if we let Amazon win, that little store on the corner that we love going to isn't going to be here. Like we really need to step out right now and support the things that are in our community and help keep our local businesses alive. They're suffering, like lots of them closed their doors when this all started.
Yeah.
And they still have their spring inventory coming in. They've got stuff coming in. They've got costs and stuff like that. Now they're starting to realize that they can find a different way to operate. It's not like open the door and have a whole bunch of people come in, but there are quite a few clothing stores that are starting. They're starting their online store, but they're also open for appointment shopping, so people can come in one-on-one and find what they need. So I think that that's the kind of thing that we want to do. Like, I mean, there are people that have the things that we can get from Amazon. And
right. To me, it's been an interesting. It's been really interesting to see how people respond to the pressure and whether or not they're collaborative or competitive. And I'm finding most people are collaborative. Like, they're really working to try and find solutions for people, and they want to make it work for everybody. And so, I think this website is a great idea. This Facebook site is a great idea because it to me, it speaks of collaboration. When somebody, you don't get anything personally if you promote a local company, but you do in the long run. You get a stronger community. So just the fact, when I'm looking at the post and people say, oh, where am I? I'm looking for cakes. Oh, try this cake place, or try this cake place, or try this cake place. I mean, those people are doing that out of the goodness of their heart, and really bolstering each other up. And I think, I was saying to you earlier, to me, this speaks to what we're going to end up at the end of the day. And I think that's a stronger local community.
And that's kind of awesome too, isn't it? I mean, there's bound to be good that comes out of it. And I think that, when we see people joining together and helping to support others, that's, that it's heartwarming to see. I'm excited to see that there's close to 1,200 members of this that are willing to say, like, let's not do Amazon. Let's focus on who can get us what we think we might need from Amazon. Right. So.
Yeah, and so what are you finding that, to me, what's unusual in a great way is like the sewing stores are open. People need to sew masks.
Yeah.
There's innovation happening in restaurants.
Amazing what's going on with the restaurants. Like, it's pretty exciting to see. Like, I mean, a few of them have become grocery stores. They're delivering groceries or pre-prepared meals that aren't necessarily hot meals. They're things you can cook. In almost everything there's opportunity, right? And a lot of people are finding that that they can make a pivot and they can find a way to make this work. It may not be forever, but at least they're making something work at this time.
So since you started the group, have you been surprised by the amount of people who've joined in, or pleasant?
I think more than anything, excited, just because I like to see community, like the build of it all. And it's really awesome to see how many different things there are. Like, I think one of the first ones that came on is, what's the name of the company? Oh, I can't remember right offhand, but they're delivering puzzles. And I thought, well, if that isn't the perfect thing for right now, we all need puzzles, right? So Bolin Books has them, and so does Libby, something in Libby, Oscar and Libby, I think it's called. So, they'll deliver you puzzles to your door. I think, not use puzzles, do puzzles.
I also found, like, those little book things, the book exchanges on the corners, they're starting to get a lot of activity as people are looking, because the libraries are closed.
Right.
What else have you found that's happening on the site that's interesting?
Put me on the spot there.
Well, I like the fact that some of the restaurants are actually holding cooking classes, and they're providing, like London Chef is
London Chef. I've done two. It's really fun. It's really fun. I think it's creating a certain amount of inventiveness. Like, people are like. I actually think that Zoom cooking classes are going to be a thing now. It's actually a lot of fun to do it that way. It's fun to do it in your kitchen, in your own kitchen. So yeah, that's.
Yeah, and have somebody walk you through the process. Like, I don't know if you've been watching, we've been doing some tongue-in-cheek 30 and 30 videos, 30 videos in 30 days. And so we're cooking and we made some awful bread. And it just, like the thing is, I think also just the Zoom culture, I guess I'm going to call it, that's coming
Yeah.
up, the way we're interacting with one another and, connecting with people on a visual way more so than I probably would have done so otherwise. Don't you find that's sort of changing?
Yeah. Even friends that I didn't see often, we always just talked on the phone, and now it's like, let's just hop onto Zoom and have a chat. It really is. So it's, and I think some of them are going to be a little bit more long term. Like, I think Zoom, like lots of people are sort of suggesting that we're going to be sick of Zoom. I don't think we're going to be sick of Zoom. I think Zoom is going to be the way. Like, I have a group of colleagues across the country, and we're like, let's keep doing this after this is over. This is awesome. We're doing it out of the fact that we have a lot of time on our hands right now. But
Yeah.
I think that, that kind of connection with people is definitely going to be, I think it'll stay.
So do you find, for me, I just keep thinking, okay, if this were to end tomorrow, what would I regret not doing? And, like cleaning my house or
Yeah.
because the time really is precious. And that's probably the one thing we've all been given, which we've probably never, ever had this much time before. So what are some things that you want to get done before?
I have a list like so long, I can't even tell you. And I'm disappointed at the end of the day that I haven't gotten more done, because I do watch, I try to watch Bonnie Henry and Trudeau, but I'm getting kind of maybe once or twice a week now. But, I've enrolled for a number of courses, and I'm like, okay, at least 2 hours a day for that. Just sort of working on getting in touch with people, staying in touch with people. I've got, and courses in all levels, like professional courses, but also, learning photography and, just so I'm like, I think what I'll regret is that I won't have the time to do that once things get back to normal. And so I'm going to take advantage of it while I can.
But maybe I was thinking maybe we'll change our lifestyle after this. Like you were saying, maybe we will change the way we shop. Maybe we'll change the way we deliver things. Maybe we'll, a lot of people have been very inventive. I think to me, that's the, what is it? Necessity breeds invention.
It does. Yeah, I agree. So, yeah. And I think I can see in a lot of people just sort of a different approach, and I kind of feel it myself. Like I'm a pretty go, and for me to slow down like this has been a real challenge. But I have to say, there are some days where it's like, it's okay if I don't do anything right away. Like, it's okay to, do something goofy and fun and that isn't work related or, one of my little list of things that I want to get done related. So
right.
I think learning to slow down a bit is probably a good thing. I mean, I think some of the cool things that have come out of this are just the fact that it's so quiet that you can hear quiet in a way. Like, I live in town, and it's quiet, and it feels really, there's a calmness. I mean, I know there's probably a lot of stress around right now, but I think the quiet helps us with that stress.
Yeah, it's funny. So we started in our neighborhood, our pod started this clap for healthcare, honk for healthcare, we call it here.
Yeah.
And I haven't met a lot of my neighbors because I live in the country, and it's very quiet here normally. So last night, I'm the one who started this, and every day I'm out there. And then last night I sat down, I was reading something, and all of a sudden I hear beep, beep, beep. And I'm like, oh, it's 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. I think we'll miss that too. You know, like, I mean, for the first while, it almost made me cry, like, just because it was just quite heartwarming to see everybody come together and support one another in that way. And I go for a walk. I often go for a walk down along the Songhees Walkway, and to be down there at 7 o'clock is really quite something. Looking
Yeah.
at all of those buildings with all of those people, all, banging away. It really is, it's really heartwarming.
So last week we did a one show on, I think it was Thursday, with Maria Manna. And
I saw her. Yeah, I saw her, and that's just wonderful what she's doing up there on Bear Mountain.
Yeah, so she's doing a serenade at sunset, so you guys should check it out. And she's doing it for free, and she'll also do birthday parties. So if somebody needs a happy birthday or whatever, she will go to the house and sing a happy birthday. Like,
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I think so one thing that I would love in your group is really want to highlight these local businesses. So if people know, and what I'm finding is I'm getting inquiries about being on the show, and then people aren't following through. And I just want to say that, there are only so many days, but we can make a difference in your business. We are finding that people are getting business out of these interviews, and it would be great if people are interested to just message me on Facebook, and we'll send you the link that we sent to you. It's fairly easy, right, Tara?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And it's free, so you could pay hundreds of dollars in advertising, or you can come on a free show. And we would love to promote local business. So if you feel that you want to grow your business and you want to take advantage of the opportunity, we would love for you to join us live daily at 4:30, and it's by appointment. So is there anything you want to say to anybody like in your group?
Yeah, I really would encourage people to invite their friends to join the group. If you know a local business that isn't there yet, if you could please share it with them. Post about the businesses that you know. The whole goal here is to connect people with the businesses that are open.
Yeah. So actually on this thread, if you are running a local business, please post your Facebook page link, and it'll show up on the thread as people are watching us. Also, if one thing I would like to say is that we're all in this together. So I do feel we're getting to sort of the next phase. I don't know what the seven stages of acceptance of this whole thing is. But to me, we're getting into the planning stage of what if this is long term, and we just need to be cognizant of keep strong and keep supporting our local businesses. And if you need help, to ask, and we're here for you, right?
Right. I really appreciate what you're doing as well, Jane, and thanks for including this page on your show.
No problem. Okay, so everybody, connect to your door delivery services in Victoria with Tara Hearn if you want more information. And if you want to be highlighted, connect with me. And we are #community talks. So check us out. You can see our other interviews. We want to interview you. So we hope you will be in touch. Okay, everybody, take care. Have a great day. And Tara, stay on, and I will chat with you in 1 second. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Jane. Bye.